It's Friday the 17th of January in the Vendée Globe, the skipper's 68th day at sea, and the podium is now complete. Seb Simon finished just after midnight and we have footage of his finish as well as the statistics from his time. We then hear from Boris Herrmann, who we saw yesterday his port foil broke and he has managed to secure that, so we see how things are on board. Followed by an update from Giancarlo Pedote, who is in the South Atlantic in a battle for 14th place. And then we take a look at the tracker, the leaderboard, and then the PredictWind routing options for Jérémie Beyou as they face that storm in the North Atlantic. And then we hear from Oliver Heer. French skipper Sébastien Simon crossed the Vendée Globe finish line in third place at 0:27 hours UTC on Friday the 17th of January after 67 days, 12 hours and 25 minutes of racing, finishing 2 days and 17 hours behind the overall winner. It's the first time a sailor from Les Sables d'Olonne, where the legendary solo round the world race starts and finishes, has finished on the podium. The Groupe de Brille skippers race was marked by multiple challenges, which contrasted sharply with moments of great success. He smashed the record for the greatest distance covered solo in 24 hours, setting a new mark of 615.33 miles. Breaking his starboard foil could have compromised his chances, yet he showed extraordinary determination to remain on the podium. Simon also distinguished himself with a bold tactical choice in the Indian Ocean Depression, as did race winner Charlie Dalin.
So this is how the foil is attached now. There are 3 ropes in 3 directions. So first rope is this one here, the green, becoming red, going all the way to the foil. Then this red, becoming black, going down there, all the way to the foil. And then this rope here, this one, turning black here, going forward with the purchase system attached to the J15, going all the way to the foil.
Hello everybody. So right now we are sailing north for go to the equator and cut it, and in our left side we have Brazil here in the west, and we are trying to go as fast as we can into the north for cut the stationary cold front that give in our zone very wind, the wind with light condition. So then we will catch the wind from the HP high pressure of Santa Helena, and we hope that with this wind that we can go to cut the equator. So right now is very hot on board, pretty 32 degrees. So in a sailboat we have extremely cold and extremely hot. We don't have a lot of time with a medium temperature. So in any case, everything is okay on board of Prysmian. We are happy, and thank you very much to follow me.
With the podium now decided, it is this battle for fourth place which is taking centre stage. And as we can see, Sam Goodchild has moved back ahead of Jérémie Beyou, so he is just ahead of him. At the moment, the gap is just 0.5 nautical miles, so that is incredibly intense. They are sailing side by side. Paul Mielhat is in 6th place, 69 nautical miles behind. And then we have got Nico Lundven in 7th place, 179 miles off this battle. And Justine Metreau is in 8th place, now 329 nautical miles behind. And if we look slightly to the west, we can see Thomas Rouillon in 9th place, and then Boris Herrmann in 10th. He's having to sail on starboard tack, which means he's using that damaged port foil. So he is going to be impeded by that. And then in 11th, 12th and 13th, we have got Benjamin Dutroux, Clarice Kramer and Sam Davis. In the South Atlantic, we've now got Roman Atanasio, who has pulled out 350 nautical miles on the pursuing pack, with Damien Seguin in 15th. And then there is a really tightly bunched pack who are just off that Brazilian coast, which includes Giancarlo Pedote, who we heard from earlier. And look at that, Conrad Coleman is really catching with that Western option, doing very, very well indeed. But take a look at the group to the east. We've got Alan Roura and also Jean Le Cam. Their eastern option really hasn't paid well. Jean Le Cam dropping from 16th to 22nd place. Beside the ice boundary to the east of the Falkland Islands, we have Oliver Heer, who will give us an update in a little bit. Eric Bellion has departed from the Falkland Islands and is making his way back to Le Sable d'Olonne, but is abandoned. And then also just to the east of the Falklands, we have Antoine Cornick and also Jinkun Zhu. The leaderboard at 0600 hours UTC shows us those three finishers, finishing in 64, 65 and 67 days respectively. All three of those times would have been records if one of them were to finish. They've all beat the previous reference set in the 2016-17 edition of the Vendée Globe. The battle for 4th and 5th, interestingly, the leaderboard shows Jérémie Beyou ahead of Sam Goodchild, whereas the tracker showed it the other way round. Not quite sure why that is. Paul Mielhat in 6th, followed by Nico Lundven, Justine Metreau, Thomas Rouillon, and we can see the 24-hour average speed of Boris Herrmann there in 10th, down to 6.73 knots. And that was while he was sorting out that foil, trying to secure it and stop it hitting or damaging the boat if it broke off. The PredictWind routing options for Jérémie Beyou in 4th place, compiled by sailworld.com's New Zealand editor Richard Gladwell, shows them start to get the influence of that big low pressure system in the North Atlantic as they go past the Azores. It's going to provide some seriously strong winds, 45 to 50 knots, and it will funnel down that Spanish and Portuguese coast as well. On the upside, though, it means that the crossing of the Bay of Biscay is going to be rather quicker than it was for the top three.
Hello everyone, it's Ollie on board Tut Gut on day 68 of the Vendée Globe. It's a beautiful day here, still not very warm, but very sunny and quite flat seas. I can show you outside quickly. It's the first time that I'm very obviously not in the Southern Ocean anymore, so I'm really enjoying the sailing. I currently sail with a full mainsail, J1 and J3 as a staysail. Now I'm still sailing on port, meaning I don't have a heel that I can cant, meaning I'm sailing at quite big heel angles, 25, 30 degrees. So it's not very comfortable on the boat, but I'm making good progress, and that's important because I will be sailing into a patch of very, very light winds tonight. And the wind will turn left. I will go from reaching to downwind, meaning I also have to do a big sail change during the night. I will try and catch some sleep today while the winds are still stable. But then I also have to accept the fact that the boats behind me will catch up with me because I will be almost pretty much parked for a while the others behind me still have good sailing conditions. But that's life. And then a little bit further down the road, I will have to make a big decision. So at the moment, I'm sailing along the ice gate at the ice limit. I go north, and once I reach the corner, I will then have to make a decision how to continue in the Atlantic. There are two options: either go left a little bit towards the west and closer to the coast, or go slightly more east offshore. As you can see on the tracker, the boats ahead of me are dealing with a lot of wind holes and anticyclones, and this will stay quite the same for me. So I have to try and find the best route north. So I'll be looking a lot at the weather today, but apart from this, it's all good. The boat is behaving how it should be, and I am a little bit tired, but in very good spirits. Wishing you all a great day, and I'll give you an update again tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching today. I will be at Boot Dusseldorf for the next few days, so the format of these shows will change slightly. If you are at the show on Saturday, then please drop by the Blue Innovation Dock at 1 p.m, where I'll be participating in a roundtable of journalists. Please do subscribe to our channel using the button down here, and take a look at sailworld.com and yachtsandyachting.com for all the latest news from the world of sailing.